Okay, welcome to the stream. Or, I think I'm streaming. Here's my phone. Okay. But yeah, welcome to the stream. Apologies for the late start. I was dealing with audio issues. My headphones weren't even plugged in. Like, I just got out of the shower. So, I was a bit disoriented. But yeah, welcome to the stream. Alright, so this is the stuff from last time. Like, okay, so I gotta delete this and then. I'm just gonna move this out of the way. Okay. And then delete all these. I was gonna do this yesterday, but I think I was like busy doing something. Alright, so today, basically, what we're gonna do is a chill stream, no theme today. I'm answering logic questions as well, so. But yeah, welcome to the stream for anyone that joined today. This is just a chill stream. I don't really got any major plans. I'm probably gonna do something maybe with the decoration mount, because last time I did the rotating disc. But yeah, I'll have to change my outfit. This is an outfit that I made yesterday when I was like making like a dance animation. And I have to disable the broadcast chip from last time. Okay, so I don't know why I placed the sack when I said we were doing animations, but okay, so I mean like decoration stuff. Oh, and if my throat sounds a bit sore, it's because I haven't like talked all day, and yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna set this to 100. And if y'all have any logic questions, let me know. Alright, I'm gonna make this thing that I made when I was younger. It's the melting ice cube. Actually, on my old PS4, I actually have like a video on like how to do it. It's on my old PS4 though. Alright, so scale from top pretty much means that when you place it, it's gonna be centered. So now I have to place it again. I think I'm gonna like lower the brightness as well. But yeah, pretty much means like it always like snaps to the center. Like even if you try to place it elsewhere, that's what scale from top means. Well, like one of the things that it does. And I'm gonna lower the brightness a bit, because I feel like it's a bit too bright. Alright, so basically, the thing that I made when I was younger, like not when I was younger, I was like in high school. But like I made this, like, I had like a power up, whereas you could like melt the ice cube. So I'm basically gonna make that. So it was like a match. And also as yeah. I don't even need that stuff already. But anyway. There's like this match in the thinned object section. Alright, there we go. I'm gonna make this a power. Alright, so then on the end of it, I'm just gonna place a tag. Oh, and also I need to set it on fire, but like only the end. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna place some hologram there. So the fire for the match. And then it's just gonna melt that ice cube over there. But you have to make fire. You just take either hologram or sticker panel, you make it invisible, and then you set it to fire. You could use a circle or a square, it won't really matter since it's gonna be like shrunk down anyway. And then I'll make this invisible. Almost set it to preview mode so I can see better. And I'm just gonna stick this to the end of it. Okay, yeah, it's already glued. I don't know why I didn't hear it get glued. I guess I placed it into it. I didn't realize that. Yeah, I meant to glue it though. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna place it there. Alright, there we go. And I'm gonna see how this looks. Okay, yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm gonna zoom in so I can see better. But yeah, now I just have to make it so it melts the ice cube. Because right now we just have the ice cube in the pirate, but it doesn't do anything right now. Because we didn't add any logic to the ice cube. Alright, so the way that you do that is... So I'm gonna place some microchips so I have more room. And then I'm just gonna use a timer. I probably don't need a timer, but I like being able to like see it visually. Which is why I used the timer, and then I just set the decoration mount to positional. I think when I did this originally, I had like a tag sensor set to like range. Like I just set to like signal strength or closest in range. Yes, the default setting, closest in range. So basically this microchip has to like be in the center. I'm actually gonna place this on sticker panel. Because like having it on the decoration mount, it has to be like in the center of the ice cube, not the decoration mount. So I'm just gonna place a... Right here, make sure it's centered. And... yeah, and then I'm gonna make that invisible. And that's where I'm gonna place the microchip. Alright, so basically, where's the fire label? Right, here we go. And I'm gonna set this to speed scale. Because basically, like, if I have this at the default option, which I should, closest in range, basically it means that the closer the matches, the slower that it burns. We might have to invert the signal, so like make it do the opposite if it doesn't work the way I said it was. But so I wanted to go up, down, in and out. I guess I'll just set it to all of these, since I wanted to affect the layer as well. And like I said, front view to off, because I don't think I don't need that. Okay, now I'm gonna test it. Okay, yeah, it works. I'm gonna set it to 10. Are you gonna make the run cycle run magnet? Yeah, sure. I think I like just finished the ice cube. I was making sure it worked, which it did. Wait, I forgot to set this to positional, didn't I? Like the timer works, I just forgot to set it to positional. Actually, I haven't played with Sackboy in like a long time, so I'm gonna watch the video first. Oh, and I forgot to adjust the values for this. But yeah, all this has to be set to 0. Like for the minimum. And yeah, I think I am gonna have to invert this. Alright, so basically it melts the ice cube. Oh, and the melting speed, it changes if you get further away. So right now it's melting slow, but then if I get closer, it melts fast. But yeah, I made something like this when I was younger. And like I said before, I had like a video on how to do it on my old PS4. That was like my first like unofficial tutorial. Not official because I didn't post it anywhere. I just have it on my old PS4. But yeah, the Run Sackboy Run power up. Let me actually look that up because I haven't played Run Sackboy Run in like a long time. So let me look up like gameplay of it. So hold up. I know my screen is black right now. I'm aware of that. Hold up. Let me fix something for a second. Okay, so Run Sackboy Run. I'm just gonna look up gameplay so I know what it looks like because I haven't played Run Sackboy Run in like a year. Or maybe like 2 years. I used to play it like all the time though. But yeah, I'm gonna turn the volume down. I'm gonna show you the tab in a second, but check it. But yeah, it's basically Run Sackboy Run. And you said the magnet power up, right? Alright, so the magnet power up is pretty much the one where it's like but yeah, I'm waiting for him to collect the magnet's power up. I just want to make it accurately. So like I know what it looks like. Cause like I said, I haven't played the game in like a year. This used to be my like go-to game. Like when I was like bored or like stressed or whatever, I would just like play this to like calm down. I think Nerdy Ant 64 did some gameplay of this. I think. Did he like not collect like a single like power up the entire time or something? Like me when I play Sackboy Run, I like always get like a magnet power up. Okay, yeah, I think I know what it looks like. And my sister logged me out. Okay. And I'll have to disconnect so she doesn't log me out again. Okay, so basically you have like a line of point bubbles, right? And then like the magnet power up, if I remember correctly, you just collect it, like you run over it, like you collect it from a further distance. Obviously point bubbles don't work in create mode, so I'm gonna switch to play mode to test it out. You don't play Run Sackboy Run anymore? No. I only have it on my PlayStation Vita, and my Vita isn't charged right now. So yeah. I mean, I could like charge it overnight or something, but no, I haven't played it in a bit. Normally when I play on my Vita, I'm playing Little Bit Planet Vita, like doing create mode or whatever. But yeah, I used to play all the time though. But anyway, it's the follower, and the magnet power-up is pretty much, it detects if you have like a specific ability active. So for that, I'm gonna use the remote tag sensor. The remote tag sensor, in case you didn't know, is like the exact same thing as a tag sensor, except it's automatically set to infinite. So you don't have to like waste 2 seconds setting it to infinite yourself. So I'm gonna set it to magnet. So magnet. I'm gonna just say magnet active. Okay, so if the magnet is active, it follows you. If not, it just like stays there. So I'm gonna put anti-gravity tweaker on it so it like stays in midair. Wait, no. That should be set to 40 so it could actually move. It still stays in midair, but 40 allows it to move and stay in midair. And then the actual power up itself, I think it's like a blue thing, right? I'm gonna place a sticker panel, and then I'm just gonna use the magnet decoration. Magnet decoration, I think it's like in bits and bobs if I can't find it. So I'm gonna just like make my own. That'd look more realistic anyway. Okay, there we go. So basically, when you hover over this, basically, if you're making any sort of thing that like disappears but also like affects your character, what you'll need to do is add a timer set to 0.1 seconds as a delay. You can also use a sequencer, but I use timers more often. So like, pretty much what you do. I'll make this smaller. Look, I wanted to cover the entire thing so that the hitbox is accurate. And basically, you just make it so when you come in contact with this, so that's an impact sensor set to and include touching, so that it works with sticker panel and other materials that don't have physics by default. So when you come into contact, when the player comes into contact, wait, how am I gonna do this? I already had like a tag there. Alright, so then on like the main microchip, I'm gonna have like another microchip that has the logic for like the power-ups or whatever. So this one we're just doing the one power-up. So we're gonna have a timer, set the countdown. So like the ability, I think it's like only active for like 20 seconds, right? So it's only active for 20 seconds, so like you could upgrade it, of course. Like you could like spend the points to upgrade it, but like it's only active for 20. And I'm gonna set this to countdown. And pretty much I'm just gonna have a remote tag sensor that detects like when you've run over it. So the blue is like when you come into contact with the magnet active, but like the green is like the power itself, like being active. So I'm gonna test this. So yeah, I forgot to set the label. Magnet active. Okay, so yeah, when you come in contact with it, it should start. I'm gonna set this to 0. Okay, so when I come in contact, it should start, and then the power-up should also disappear. So we need a destroyer, and then I'm gonna add a timer. As a delay, so start counting up, makes it so you don't have to like stay in contact with it. You're probably gonna be running anyway, so when you come in contact with it, after 0.1 seconds, it gets destroyed. Because it can't activate the tag while it's being destroyed, so that's why I did delay. So the logic has time to activate it. Has time to activate the ability. So I'm just gonna temporarily set this to 10 seconds just to demo how it works. Alright, so normally this point bubble, in order to collect it, you have to be on it. Of course, when in frame mode, so that doesn't work. But with this magnet power up, it follows you. The point bubble, it follows you. I'm actually gonna like space that out a bit and like lower the range for the follower as well. Like, I know it's not 50 in the game. It's probably like maybe 10, maybe 15. You can set it to whatever you want, of course. I'm gonna just set mine to 15. Okay, so normally without the upgrade, you just have this point bubble when you're in play mode. You hover over it and collect it. But with this magnet power up, you collect at a further distance. I'm actually set it to 20. Alright, there we go. And I'm gonna change this and I'm gonna increase the speed a bit. Alright, so nothing happens right now. We collect this, and now it follows us. But yeah, you can pretty much like copy and paste this, place it in whatever pattern you want. And then just collect them. So like, we could test it out in play mode, I guess. So I'm just gonna place several of these. Of course, you should probably use grid if you're making an actual level, so that they're actually spaced apart evenly. I'm actually gonna add another layer of sticker panel. Actually, I could just use it. I don't know why I used the impact sensor. I mean, like, that doesn't really matter. So I'm gonna just use the tag sensor, so I get like the full 1 layer range. So I'm gonna set this to 1 layer, and then I'm gonna decrease this. Oh yeah, and for anyone that just joined, we're making the magnet power up from Run Sackboy Run. A game I haven't played in like a year. I used to play it like all the time, but I don't really play it much anymore. But yeah. Setting it to the layer range to 1 just means that it like that's the layer in front of it and the layer behind. Yeah, like that. So I'm gonna test it one more time, make frame mode. Oh yeah, player sensor. Yes, the player sensor. That's what I meant to do. But yeah, I'm gonna set it to the same settings. 40 and then 1. And then I'm gonna set it to confetti. Alright, so now I guess we could test it out in play mode. I just gotta see where my thing is, my checkpoint. It's right here. So I'm just gonna place this up here. And we could go to the play mode to test it out. But yeah, right now we're just gonna go to play mode. So you could actually collect the point bubbles, because you know in play mode you can't collect them. But yeah, for anyone that just joined, what we're doing right now is we're making the the magnet pirate from why do I keep getting that message? Recent changes to your profile can be saved. It's annoying. Like it's not letting me enter the level now. I guess we could do it in a new level. Like I had like just started anyway, so it's not really a big deal. Just gotta find an empty crater. Oh, there's one. Yeah, that's really weird. I guess I should like reload my stuff if it's not gonna let me enter the level again. But anyway, I'm gonna have to start from scratch. That's pretty much what I did. So I had a score bubble with a microchip on it, and it pretty much had a follower on it, but that follower is only active if you collect the magnet power up. And the follower has a range of 20 and a speed of like 6, acceleration of 100%. So yeah, I set the range to like 20, right? The layers doesn't really matter, but since One is like a completely 2D game, unlike 2.5D like Little Big Planet. So I'm gonna just place some sticker panels so I have room to place like microchips and stuff. So that's gonna be where the logic is stored for the power up, and the power up itself is gonna be on this thing. So we had like a magnet power up, right? So like the magnet decoration. And then I'm gonna shrink this. Okay, so like before, we just place a player sensor on it so that when your player hovers over this, when your player runs onto this, and I'm gonna set it to 1, it activates the tag and then destroys after like half a second, not half a second, 1/10 of a second, it destroys. So set it to 1 second, start counting up, and then that should be wired to a destroyer. And we need the delay because logic can't get destroyed. Logic can't activate at the same time that it's being destroyed. And then I had this set to confetti. And then I had a tag set to magnet. Alright, and then for the main logic, basically, when you hover over that tag, it gets picked up by a remote tag sensor, which is the same thing as a tag sensor, except it's set to... Wait, why does that still have the same tag label says? Okay. And then the countdown timer makes it so it's only active for a certain amount of time. So let's say 10 seconds. So it stays active for 10 seconds. And that's gonna activate a tag. And I'm gonna set that to blue. I think before we had the colors flip-flopped. But I'm gonna set this to blue. This is the actual power up itself. And then this means that when this power is active, then it follows you. Right now it's not active, so like nothing happens. But if we hover over this, then now it should follow us. But I forgot to add the anti-gravity trigger, which makes it float in midair, and also I guess it also makes it so it can follow us, like easier, I guess. Okay, alright, so I hover over this, and now it should follow us. Oh, hi Risco. Thanks for joining. Right now we're making the magnet pirate from Sackboy Run. We're in a different level because I got that error message where it's like recent changes to your profile cannot be saved. So yeah, that was annoying. So we had to start in a new level. I'm trying to see what's going on with this thing, but okay, we have this set to 10. I think I forgot to set the label for at least one of these. Yes. Common mistake, forgetting to set the tag label. Like I do that when I'm in a rush. Alright, so basically you collect this and then now it follows you. So like you basically, it works best if you have like an algorithm. But yeah, now that we got that down, we can test it out in play mode. So I'm just gonna create like different patterns of these score bubbles. It's probably best to use grid while doing this, or like some sort of like precise method. There actually is a way to precisely place stuff like in a circle. I'll show you all that after we get this working. But yeah, we're gonna test it out in play mode now. So I'm gonna make sure it works one more time in play mode, because in play mode you can actually collect point bubbles. So nothing happens, then we collect this, and now we could collect these if we were in play mode, that is. But yeah, but we can only do it for like 10 seconds. So when that timer goes on, it's just normal. So you see now they don't follow me. But yeah, let's test it out in play mode now. And what just happened? Like, did my game crash or something? Or, like, that was weird. Okay, now I can't see nothing. Okay, hold up. Okay, that's really weird. Like, did my PS4 crash? But yeah. Alright, so first I get that weird message, and then my game crashes, my PS4 crashes. Okay. This isn't really like a big deal. Like, if I have to like wait for 5 minutes, I have like a backup plan. Like, I could just show you on my favorite website, LBP Planet Central. It's the website that taught me how to create. But nah, I don't think we're gonna have to wait for anything. Yeah, that's like really weird. That like never happened to me before. I'm gonna have to temporarily connect to the internet again so I could actually get my DLC and stuff. Cause like I was disconnected before because my sister was playing. But yeah, I'm gonna have to reload my profile data eventually. So that was really weird. Like I don't know if my game crashed. Like normally I would get like a message for that. But this time it just like the game just quit without like a message. Like normally it has some messages, but this time it didn't. But yeah. Okay, there we go. There's a message, but like it's gonna reload my data now, I guess. And my sister logged me out again, I think. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell y'all, school ended for me like last week. So like from now on, not counting next week. Next week I'm gonna take a break from streaming. But like after next week, I'm gonna be streaming every week. Okay, yeah, my sister logged me out, that's what happened. And an error occurred. But yeah, apologies for all the issues, and also sorry if my voice sounds a bit sore. I haven't like talked all day. I like just got out of the shower like a while ago. Okay, yeah, backup plan is to go over it to show y'all my favorite website while I'm waiting for this to reload. So I'm just gonna reload my profile, show you my favorite website, LBP3 Central, and then save data on launch storage, download the system storage. Okay, so basically, my favorite website, LBP3 Central, it's basically where I learned how to create. So check it. Y'all could hear me right now, right? Wait, let me see if my mic. Okay, yeah, you can hear me. You should be able to anyway. But check it. My favorite website, LBP3 Central, is where I learned how to create. So this is actually the archived version of the site. The actual site shut down back in 2021. Like, I think the only LBP3 fan site that's still active is LBP3. It's called Sakinama. But like no one's really on there anymore. Like people occasionally come back to talk about LBP3 news. But yeah, this was like the last LBP3 website to shut down. Check it. This right here, this section right here, LBP3 tutorials. I used to be on this all the time. I didn't have social media until like 2022, I think. So like when I was bored, instead of scrolling through Reddit, I would scroll through the LBP3 tutorial section. So yeah, there's some pretty cool tutorials. There's this one post, tidbits. I learned about create mode. Has like 80 comments about like logic tips and like create mode stuff. It's like right when LBP3 2 released, everyone was like obsessing about like new things you could do with the game. So this is where I learned a lot of stuff. This post right here, I included some of the tips in one of my quick tips videos. The one where it's like creating faster, or like creating with multiple objects. The one that talked about gluing and all that. That's where I got a lot of these tips. So yeah, some of them might be obvious because this thread was created when LBP3 2 like just came out. So some of it might seem a bit obvious, but like some of the stuff you might not have known. Like you could like take stickers off of microchips and then replace it with your own sticker. So yeah, that's my favorite website nowadays. I mostly just read the LBP3 2 help section. So yeah, that's weird because like a lot of the questions that people asked 10 years ago, you might still have now. So yeah, definitely check out the help section if it's like a minor question or whatever. And I think my profile is good now. I'll check. But yeah, it should be good now. Like my profile data should be there. Alright, yeah, it's good. I know it's good because the profile color changed to my actual player color, which is I think called nighttime coral. I wonder if all my stuff is gonna be there because sometimes when I reload my data, some of the stuff from my pop gets deleted. Well, not deleted, but like temporarily deleted, and I have to like reload again to get it back. But that's not really a big deal, I think. At least not today. But yeah, that was like really weird. Like my game like crashed. Okay, at least I backed up my profile yesterday. Yesterday I was like doing a costume making, so that's why I backed it up because I made like 2 costumes that I liked. So for the third time, I'm gonna be making the magnet power up from Run Sack Boy Run, because the previous time some weird thing happened in my profile, and then I don't even remember what happened the second time. I think I had to like start a new level, like the first time I made it. Like, but anyway, point bubble with the microchip on it, so that we got logic without it being super squished. And then the microchip is a bit rotated, which is not a huge issue. But if you want, you could set it to stabilize circuit board so that it's straight, which is useful if you're making like a basketball level where the ball is like rolling all over the place. You always have like a straight microchip, or like circuit board with that tip. And then the follower is going to be set to 100% acceleration, maximum speed of 6, and then the range is going to be 20. So we're going to have a remote tag sensor. We could use a tag sensor. A tag sensor is basically, if you set it to infinite, it functions the same way as a remote tag sensor, but that takes like 2 seconds to set. But this one, you just set it. You don't have to set it to infinite. You just choose the tag label. So magnet active, as we had before. So when the magnet is active, I'm actually set this in blue. So now we have to make the magnet, which should be in my puppet unless my stuff got deleted when that whole thing with my profile happened. Oh yeah, and this is an outfit I made yesterday. I'm gonna change my outfit back to the normal thing. It's like a baseball jersey, I think. I was like watching a dance video and trying to recreate some of the moves in the game. And like I said, it was easier to do that if I was wearing the same outfit as the dude that was dancing, I guess. But yeah, I'm gonna make this invisible. And then I'm gonna place the magnet on it, assuming that it's still in my pocket, which it should be. Alright, there we go. Then I'm gonna place a microchip on it. And hopefully for the last time, the player sensor. So when you're hovering over this, when you collect it, I'm gonna set it to 1. When you collect it, it activates a tag. Did you make the baseball jersey while wearing the Run Sack Boy Run t-shirt? Let me check. It might have been. It was probably a different t-shirt though, but let me check. I honestly don't remember what I was wearing. The baseball jersey. Yes, actually was. I was actually wearing the Run Sack Boy Run t-shirt. Normally I would use the LBP3 character t-shirts, but like this one doesn't have any texture, so it's like, it's cool for costume making. But yeah, actually it was wearing that. That's funny. But yeah, and then there's what it looks like normally. I just have the LBP3 logo on the pocket area right there. But yeah, I made that costume like either yesterday or the day before. I made it on Friday, I remember now. But yeah, it's gonna activate a tag, and then like half a second later, it's gonna get destroyed. Well, not half a second, but 0.1 seconds later, and that delay is necessary because if we didn't have it, then the logic wouldn't activate, because logic can't activate and get destroyed at the same time. So we have a delay, just a count up timer set to 0.1, connected to a destroyer. And I'm gonna set this to confetti. So yeah, the confetti setting I think would work best. And then the logic for the actual power up, I'm gonna place it on here. So like when it receives a signal, a green signal that says magnet active, and of course I forgot to actually set it, magnet active. And this is just so I could place the logic somewhere that isn't gonna get destroyed. So I don't have any materials in this level, so that's why I placed that. But yeah, I'm gonna use the remote tag sensor here and just set it to green. So like when the player hovers over anything, it activates the power, and the power actually should stay active for 0.2 seconds. So I'm gonna actually get a countdown timer. It should stay active for 10 seconds is what I'm gonna say. So yeah, the timer. Alright, and I think we're good. After, if this works, we could test out in play mode. Hopefully my profile won't corrupt this time, or like crash. My profile was fine. Wait, no, it did corrupt. My game crashed, and then I tried to reload it, and it corrupted, but... And now this follows us, and we're gonna place a whole bunch of these and test it out in play mode. But yeah, that's the magnet power-up from Run Sack by Run. Should probably use a grid so it's like evenly spaced. And then I'm gonna place it in like a curved pattern. And there's actually a way to precisely place stuff in curves. I'll show you that a bit later after we test this out. But yeah, for placing stuff in a straight line, you just use grid. For curves, there's like a different method that I might make a quick tips video on someday. And I forgot to set the anti-gravity tweaker, so that you can place it in mid-air. But yeah, if you set it to 40 dampening, it can still move, but like it's in mid-air. So that's what I have to do it now. So yeah, 40% dampening, and then I'm gonna copy and paste it. Alright, so now we're gonna test it out in play mode. Why did, for the last, I should really clear out my profile or something. Okay, we all get the point. Do you have the Run Sack by Run unused costume that never made it to LBP Planet? I don't think so, no. If it made it to LBP Planet, I probably don't have it. But yeah, I don't like switching to play mode during stream because sometimes that happens. But yeah, I already made it 3 times. I'm not gonna make it again. And yeah, that's pretty much how it works. Like the only difference between create mode and play mode is that in play mode you could actually collect score bubbles. But yeah, pretty much if you were trying to make a Run Sack by Run level, you would copy and paste the power up in certain areas, or not copy and paste it. You would emit it. You would emit the power up, and because I made it completely wireless with the tags and remote tag sensors, it should work for pretty much any score bubble in your level that has that microchip on it. Oh yeah, and this is my Valentine's Day pod. I didn't switch to my spring pod yet, but yeah, it's like a rose thing, and then the lovebirds at the pond, and then this, I don't know what the rest of this is, I just placed it. But yeah, I should probably switch to my spring pod. Since it's spring now, it's about to be summer soon. But yeah, not my best pod, but like, I was like doing like a season's theme at one point, like a few years ago. So what we're gonna do now, so I'm gonna, let's see, what am I gonna do? Oh, I can show y'all this thing that I made yesterday. Not yesterday, Friday. The last time I played it was Friday. I don't know what I did yesterday. Did the Run Sack by Run t-shirt look like the Open t-shirt? Yes and no. Like it had like a different texture. Like let me show you the difference. The difference between the Run Sack by Run t-shirt and the Open t-shirt. It's pretty much the texture and like the design is slightly different. Right now I'm wearing the Fix Me a Hook Hat shirt. I like the texture that it looks like it's like wrinkled. But the LBP3 number t-shirt, if I sticker it white, you can see that like even when it's stickered, like it has like this texture. You could like sort of still see like the number on it. I don't really like the texture too much, so that's why I chose to use the Run Sackboy Run t-shirt when I was making my baseball jersey, because when you sticker it, as like it doesn't show the texture as much. I don't think it shows it at all. But yeah, it looks way better. So that's why I was using that for my baseball jersey. And my baseball jersey with the stickers. But yeah, that was it. And I still have to finish making the shoes. Like, these are supposed to be shoelaces, but I didn't like finish making it. I have to like make it actually look like laces. But like, I was having trouble placing like the stickers, so I was like, I'll finish it another time. Okay, yeah, but this thing that I made yesterday, this is something that I've been intending to make for a while now. It was like this dance move, where it's like you're not spinning on your toe. It's like you're twisting on your toe a bit. I'll show y'all how I made that. I actually wanna. This would look better if I was actually wearing the baseball jersey, actually, because that's the outfit I was wearing when I made it. Anyway, I'm gonna place the microchip. That's so I have more room, since you know you can't delete this or move it around, so it's kind of annoying when it's in my way like that. So that's why I use the, what's it called? The microchip. So for the animation, I couldn't find the perfect animation, so what I did is I made my own by using animation blending, something that I want to make a tutorial on eventually. I just need to think of better examples. So check it. The robot animation, it has this animation called either integer or AutoSet. I forget which one looks best, but look, I think it's AutoSet then. Whichever one, it's at like 42. Like at 42, it looks a certain way. So yeah, it looks like he's standing on his toes. Just funny, you could like, oh, I'm taller than I actually am. I'm standing on my tippy toes. But anyway, I blended it with another animation to make like a dance move. And the way that you blend animations together is by using the two animations, and then you need a timer and a not gate and a toggle. So the timer by itself will run. So what you do is you just connect a toggle to it, so it doesn't run anymore, and you could like adjust it however you want. And then the not gate, what you do is you connect the. It's supposed to be two different animations, but like right now they're the same. Let me show you with the other animation. I don't remember the exact animation, like the value for this one, but I think I had it set to like strutting. And then I think I had it like maybe 30. Basically, I want his heel to be touching his other foot, so I had it set at like 7.5, I think. Like, I remember the values, I just don't remember the exact animation. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it was something like this. But yeah, I just blended it together because I wanted this heel to be touching his foot a bit like that. So then I just make him like twist on his toe by using the character rotation tweaker and the wave generator. The wave generator allows me to like set like a specific range using a timer for this to require extra logic. But the wave generator is the same, it's like real similar to a timer. Like, here's what the signal looks like, sort of like a forwards backwards timer. But pretty much, if I connect this to the character rotation tweaker and I set it to positional, and then I set this to like, forget what the value needs to be. The max value needs to be like 15, and I need to invert this. And I need to increase the time. But yeah, he's basically twisting on his toe. So it's like a dance move that I saw yesterday when I was watching dance videos. And then you can put it on your character by using a broadcast chip. I'm gonna place the controller first. Receiver. And I always use one for my animations. I don't know why. I mean L2 and R2 lift up your hands, and then R1 is for grabbing. So L1 is like the obvious button to use. I guess that's why I do it. So I'm gonna set this to start stop. And also when you're doing animation blending, if you want it to look smooth, just set both these to 60 instead of 30, because like it sort of divides them in half. So if you can, just set them to 60. But like for dance animations, really anything action based, it doesn't really matter too much since you want it to activate as quick as possible. So I'm actually just set these to 30, but I know it will actually be 15 because of the way that it works when you have two animations on the circuit board and they're active at the same time. The blend time's sort of like split in half. And then as always, when we're using a character rotation tweaker, it does not have an on and off input. It has 3 inputs, but no on and off. So you just like connect it, you put it in a microchip to turn it on and off. So now you see the rotation is normal. I'm gonna place it on a broadcast chip now, so I can test it out on my own character. But yeah, there it is. It looks better with music. But basically, let me zoom in. You just stand on your toe and you twist. You like twist around. I've seen that in like at least a few dance videos back in like 2017, I think. Yeah, it was like a popular dance move back in 2017. But yeah. And then if you want to do like a full rotation, like if you want to like spin on your toe, I'm gonna make that the one button. So I guess I'll make it so that when you press L1 or R1, then... Or I could do it and get. I'm actually gonna do it and get, so you have to be pressing R1 and L1 at the same time to do a spin. Wait, no, then I would have to add an hotkey. Yeah, I'm just gonna do the thing I was thinking of before. Where if you're pressing L1 or R1, then it activates the animation. And then R1 is right here. So yeah, for anyone that just joined, I'm making some dance move that was popular back in 2017. I already made it, but now I want to like make it so you can like do a full rotation. But yeah, you stand on your toe and you twist. It was popular like a few years back, like when I was in high school, I think. But yeah, for a full rotation, I talked about this in my sack flip video, but like a full rotation is pretty much the countdown timer. Or you could also use a count up timer, I guess. I'll use a countdown timer, so I don't have to like do extra logic. But yeah, 0.7 should be good. But yeah. And also for anyone that just joined right now, I'm making a dance move that was popular back in 2017. So you just like, let me zoom in. You stand on your toe and like you twist around. You graduated 9th grade in 14 days. Oh, that's cool. My last day of school, I think was like Thursday, I think. Or like my last day was actually before that, but I still had assignments to do. You're about to become a sophomore? That's cool. But yeah, I'm gonna put this back in the sack bot. Because I can't really, the logic doesn't actually activate when it's on the broadcast chip. So I can't really see what I'm doing too good when it's like that. So I'm gonna make it so when you press R1, then it rotates. It does a full rotation. And this should be set to positional. Wait, what just happened? Alright, there we go. So this is set to positional. And then I'm gonna set this to connect to that one. Let me set that to 0. And then when I press R1, this dude should spin around. he does not spin around. Oh, I have to connect that. And I should probably use the counter. So, okay, yeah, I'm using the count up method. And the counter. That would work better. Okay, this is R1, so I'm just gonna make it so when this counter is active, so this controls whether or not the spin is active, and this should be set to count up. So when the spin is active, wait, why isn't it spinning? Oh, cause the counter. But yeah, there you go. And now we just have to deactivate it when it reaches the end. Alright, there you go, it works now. So I'm gonna put it on my Sackboy so I could try that for myself. But yeah, here are the two dance moves that we made. There's this one where you like stay on your toe and twist, and then there's the one where you do a full rotation. I think I made that too fast, so I'm gonna lower the timer to like 0.8. But yeah, that dance move was popular back in 2017, so if you weren't like keeping up with like dance back then, you might have not heard of it. But like High Key, if you watch like High Key, Ayo and Teo, like they really like doing that move. And like other dancers did it too. But like, I think they were the one that like popularized it, I think. But yeah, I press L1 to like twist on my toe, and then I press, so yeah, L1 to twist, and then R1 to spin. But yeah, that's a dance move that I actually recreated in Little Big Planet on Friday. And I made this costume on Friday. I also made, what else did I make? This outfit, I think. And then this is an outfit that I made earlier. But like I just changed the shoes. And added sunglasses. But yeah, that was like the first time I did a costume making in like months. Cause normally I just like do animations or whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna just set one more time before making a new animation. So yeah, twist and then spin. I feel like I should add like a small delay to this spin, but nah, I think it looks fine. And I might change the control scheme like later, I guess. Oh yeah, the thing I was talking about with like placing, I think earlier when we were making the run sack by run thing, and I'm not making that a fourth time, my profile kept corrupting whenever I switched to play mode. So we're not doing that again. But like when I was placing these circles, not the circles, the point bubbles, and the circle pattern, I was like talking about like how there's like a precise way to do that. So I'll show y'all that. Like obviously if you're placing them in a straight line, then you could just like, oh wait, I don't need to make a chip. I'm not doing anything crazy here. So I'm just gonna use a anti-gravity tweaker. But yeah, when you're placing square bubbles and you want them to be even, you could have used grid. Where's the run sack by run magnet? It got deleted when my profile kept getting corrupted. So yeah, I don't have it anymore, unfortunately. But you could space them out like that, I guess. And then just use grid. But yeah, I just set it to medium good and then just place like and then if you shrink it down, it's like all even. It's like evenly spaced. But what if you want to place them in a circle? Obviously, if you do it freehand, it's not going to be perfect, which is a problem if you're a perfectionist like I am. So luckily, I figured out a way to do it perfectly without having to freehand it. So like freehanding is just like this. This is not a perfect circle. Or like a curve, whatever you're trying to do. It's not perfect, it's not even. So what you do instead of placing it by hand is you build like this little contraption that I made like maybe a couple years ago. So it's like a circle in front of another circle, and then you just place a wobble bolt in the middle, and you have an emitter on it. Here's the emitter. Alright, there we go. Wait, no, that's the last thing we need to place. Need to place the wobble bolt. Alright, we could just use a motor bolt, I guess. Gotta make sure this is in the center. I made it like auto centers. If you try to place it in the center, I don't know why it's not auto centering right now, but okay, it doesn't really matter too much, I guess. As long as it's rotating, that's all that matters. But what we do is we place an emitter and we have it emit it. But yeah, I really wish this was centered. It needs to be centered for it to work. I don't know why it's not centering, but like normally when I place the motor bolt, it like auto centers. Like it's gonna look crazy if it's not centered. But yeah, I guess we can fix that later. Basically what you do is you take the object that you want to emit and then you just place it. You set the lifetime, the frequency, you could adjust that later. The lifetime to infinite, and then it max emitted at once. Just set it to like the max. And then you have to increase the speed. And like I said, it's not centered, that's why it looks crazy. But like if it was centered. But yeah, it basically emits it in like a perfect circle. Assuming your thing is centered. Auto centering is not working right now, which is annoying. But if it was, it would place it in a perfect circle. Maybe it doesn't work with sticker panel and I need to use cardboard. Okay, I'm gonna just place it. I'm gonna place a new thing, and I'm gonna use that instead. But yeah, I think that's the auto snap right there. So now we'll just place that on the outside of the circle. Place a thin layer of sticker panel or really any material behind it. Make sure to set the static so that doesn't move. Copy and paste it so it actually Alright, there we go. Copy and pasting is a good way to make sure it's actually connected. But yeah, pretty much it places it now in this perfect circle. Where it should be. The velocity, it looks like it's like drifting a bit. But now it places it in pretty much a perfect circle with perfect spacing. So that's how you can like place stuff if you're trying to do it like that. And I don't need a perfect circle, I just need like curves. But yeah, if you're trying to make like a curve of point bubbles, that's what you do. And the size of the circle will make the curve different. So like a different size curve. And then you could just like use that for your level if you're trying to make like a level where it's like curved point bubbles. And also you could change either the frequency or the speed to like change the spacing. So like now it's spaced out further. But if you want to be spaced out a bit closer, you just change the frequency to 1. But yeah, that's pretty much how you make perfect curves. Since now you can't really use grid for curves, you just use this method instead, where you just have it emitting. But yeah, let me know if y'all have any logic questions, since it is like a combined chill stream and logic Q&A. Hope I have to get a drink of water. Where's my water? Alright, there we go. Alright, I'm back. Alright, let's see. What are we gonna make now? Let's see, what should I make? I'm gonna check the decoration category. I could make something like food related. Oh, I know what I'm gonna make. I'm gonna make a grilled cheese sandwich. Do I have bread though? Do I have toast? Or did that get deleted from my poppy? Hold on, let me see. Biscuit. I can't see my screen because it's too small, so I'm gonna have to go through it one by one with cookie. I'm gonna sort it by theme. But yeah, I think it's in the Stitchem theme. Like the toast that I'm looking for. There's like a toast decoration. I'm probably scrolling past it. Okay, yeah, I don't have it, unfortunately. It must have gotten deleted from my Poppet when my profile corrupted a while back. But yeah, that's annoying. There was this one time that I actually made my mom a Mother's Day gift in Little Big Planet. Like, I think I made like there was like a rose decoration. I don't have it because it got deleted. But like, there was like a rose decoration, and I pretty much just made it collidable. Like, hold up, I'll show you how I did that. But yeah, that was like when I was in 7th grade. But like, if you wanna make decorations with collision, pretty much what you do is you place the decoration on sticker panel, then just add some cardboard around it. So I might not do the mirror gold, whatever it's called. I'm gonna change the color to purple. My mother's favorite color. But yeah, the time I made my mom a Mother's Day gift in Little Big Planet, I just made like a flower and I made it bouncy, and I made it her favorite color. So I pretty much made it so you could bounce on this. And the way I did that, first it has to be centered. To center something, what you could do is use a decoration mount, set it to scale from top. That not only makes it scale from the top when you're doing animation with it, but it also makes it so it's centered by default, like when you place it. So yeah, you pretty much place this on the top. It gets automatically centered. Like I'll show you the automatic centering thing. Yeah. So like it snaps to the top like that. And now what you do is you add like a layer of invisible material or any material that has an opacity tweaker on it would work. And you can like corner edit it to make it actually fit the hitbox is accurate. But just to like show you how this works as a demo, I'll corner edit a bit later. But like as you can see, you could like stand on the flower and stuff. So I just made it bouncy by using a material tweaker, and like this, but like with a different flower. Was pretty much my Mother's Day gift one year to my mom. I was like, hey, I made you this Little Big Planet, and she liked it. So except I like added the flower in like a mug or like a vase or something. Anyway, to add more precision, you just corner edit it. Delete this for a bit. Not more precision, but to make it look more accurate. Just corner edit it like that. Like it doesn't have to be perfect. Like the bottom probably doesn't even matter for this. But yeah, it's pretty much like this. And then you add the opacity tweaker once you're finished. And then you could test it out by standing on it. And yeah, I think I need to lower it a bit. But yeah, it's like that. And that's how you like make it so you could interact with decorations. But yeah, let's see. Let me see what I made when I was younger. I have a lot of stuff in my pocket. I'm gonna have to clear it out. But there was some stuff I made like before I even knew how to create properly. Let's see if there's some stuff I made when I was like 12 at the bottom of my pocket. This is from when I was 13. Okay, I think this is from when I was like 11 or 12. Some of this stuff is like really immature. I know what this is. I'm not gonna show you. It's probably like something silly like burping or farting. And then, oh, this is the water gun that I made. This is just the model. The actual power up is right here. But there was this water gun that I made. It doesn't look very good at all. Like I said, I made it when I was 12. So basically, you just take it out with the power pedestal. Like back when I was 12, I followed that tutorial on how to make a gun. Except I'm not a violent person, so I made a water gun instead. Because I don't play like shooting games or anything. But yeah, it doesn't look very good because I only made it when I was 12. Like it looks good from the side, but then I forgot to center it, so that's why it looks like this. But yeah, it shoots out water. But yeah, I might make a new one that looks better eventually when I have more time. I don't like doing stuff with like too much visuals on stream because it's a bit like boring, I think. And then Also, when I was younger, like I think I was like 14 when I made this. This was like the title screen from Terraria. I didn't make the actual like letters, but like the logic. I did not know physical logic back then. Basically, I made it so like the day night. This is like the title screen, but like this. Imagine this is the words. I don't know why I didn't make the font, but like it changes color. Just like if y'all ever played Terraria, people call it 2D Minecraft. It's like so much better than that. It has like more combat. Like more combat options, like more weapons, more enemies, and that's why it's a good game. I mean, I like both games. I like Minecraft and Terraria, but like I like Terraria because of the combat. But yeah, it's pretty much just a thing where like it changes color, and it changes color depending on the time of day. Do I have the Toy Story level kit? No, I don't, unfortunately. I wish I did, but I don't. I never got a chance to buy it. Like, it got unlisted before I bought it, so that's annoying. But yeah, I really want it though because of the wooden plank thing that it has. The wooden plank material is cool. Let's see. What else did I make? Oh, I remember I made this. This was like a birthday cake that I must have made like a while ago, probably in 9th grade. This is like a balloon with Sackboy's face on it or something. It's funny. But yeah, I made this. It's like a styrofoam Sackboy, like a Sackboy, a cake topper. I actually had a Sackboy on my cake when I was 9, like a Sackboy. It was like a styrofoam Sackboy. I still have it, except one of the arms is broken off. I had like a lemon cake with a Sackboy, a styrofoam Sackboy on top, so that was cool. But yeah, the other candle fell off, but like I was just like remaking that, I guess. Wait, what's this tag? No label. Okay, I don't know what that does, but like, yeah. Mine didn't look that good though. You could like see the styrofoam, but like here, I just like colored it Sackboy. I colored it like brown. I guess. Like, what did I do here? Okay, yeah, I had like a Sackboy texture behind it, I guess. Do you still get this sci-fi pack from Loop Planet 3? I have it. Other people that have downloaded it like right before, like while the servers are down, said that they can't get some of the items are missing or whatever. But like I got it before the server shut down, cause like you would have to play community levels to like get the rest of the items. But yeah, it's one of my favorite packs. It has like a whole bunch of decorations. But yeah, here it is. Here's the sci-fi pack. But yeah, so yeah, it has like the most decorations out of all the DLC packs. I don't know if it's still available on the store. Like I heard that they didn't unlist all the DLC. I heard that they only unlist like the licensed stuff that doesn't belong to Sony. So you might still be able to get this, but like you might not be able to get the items. But yeah, I like that diamond. That's cool. But yeah, a lot of these are good. Some of these are animated. Like I know this one is animated. It goes from like 0 to 10, I think, or like 0 to 9, and then this one just goes down. But yeah, let me know if y'all have any questions about logic or anything like that, because it is like a combined logic, like I said earlier. Wait, why did I place this sticker panel? I don't even know. I guess I could use it later for animations or something. I don't really need it right now. Alright, I'm gonna make an animation, I guess. I already showed y'all the one I made earlier, the one I made on Friday that I just remade on stream was the one where you're like spinning on your toe or like twisting on your toe. I'll show you that again for those here that didn't see it. Check it. When you press L1, you like twist, you stand on your toe, and you twist, and then you spin. So you're not making the run stack by magnet anymore. I made it like 3 times. I wanted to show it off in play mode, but like my profile kept corrupting whenever I switched to play mode. So I don't want to risk another corruption. But yeah, I pretty much showed you how to make it. I just was not able to test it in play mode. It works in play mode. If it works in create mode, it should work in play mode. But like create mode doesn't allow you to collect square bubbles, but it should work. I just can't test it without my profile corrupting, unfortunately. But yeah, the twist, and then there's the spin. And my sister just logged me off. Okay, I'm gonna disconnect from the internet so that doesn't happen no more. I was gonna do that earlier, but I forgot. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's see. Animations. Alright, so let's see. Which one do I want to do? I'll check grab and hang. When I was like first learning how to do like what's it called, the thing with the timer, I forget what it's called, but you could use the timer on animations if you set it to positional. This is like a good animation to show that. So basically you twist one direction and you twist in another direction. So basically you just set it to I guess 38 or yeah, 46 would be good. 46. And then to make it twist in this direction, you just set it to wait, no, it's the other animation I did. It was the one where it's like Avalon, what's it called? Avalon shift feet. But yeah, he lifts up one leg and he lifts up the other leg. And I used this one time for a dance move. But anyway, you can make it go from 0 to... So if you use the timer on it, probably work best if you use the counter, which I use for pretty much all my animations, so counter is set to 1. To control whether or not it's active. And then a count up timer, so it could deactivate it. And then a trigger, so I'm just gonna use a control native set to receiver to make this. And I'm making this the first half of the dance move. This is only the first half. The second half, he's gonna lift up his other leg. But yeah, this was like when I was first learning how to do this, I like struggled with this, but now I could do it easily. I mean, there's probably gonna be like a minor bug somewhere, but like I probably might have to use it at a delay. Let me test this. Does cross controller not work anymore? I've heard that it doesn't work, but then I saw like a guide on Reddit showing how to do it. It's probably like, yeah, I don't know. There's like a guide on Reddit showing how to do it, or like someone linked to it. Yeah, it takes a bit of effort to work, but like it does work though. Oh yeah, I need to add a delay. Or maybe I could just set this to reset when active. No. Okay, I'm gonna have to add a delay. Which is pretty much just a counter set to 0.1 at the end of this. I think this is set to 30. Is it set to 30 or this? But yeah, that's the first half, and then you can add like the second half of the animation. The second half is the other leg. So you just change the, what's it called? The end time. But yeah, I think it's like, yeah, it should be 112 for the end time, and then for the start time, it should be like 86. Or I suppose I could set it to 0. Yeah, I'm gonna set it to 112. And we're gonna see how that works. So I'm gonna use R1 for the right leg. Look, I didn't mean to make him grab me. Wait, why isn't this resetting? I must have like pressed it too quick or something. Okay. Oh, I forgot to add this. I forgot to add the R1 button for the reset. That's why. Okay, this one works. Did I like accidentally connect R2 or something? Because I'm pretty sure I connected R1. Yeah, it's really. Oh, I think I know what I did. Maybe. Oh, I set it to 0. Okay, yeah, that's why I wasn't tuning on. Does that mean the PS3 server to when it shut down does not make the cross controller work anymore? I don't know why it doesn't work anymore. But like, I think there's like a guide on how to get it working. somewhere on the internet. I think I chose the wrong thing for the wrong settings for this one. I'm gonna check. Okay, yeah, I think that's good. Oh, that one doesn't look as good, but I already made this animation like on the Sackbot anyway. Like, I'm gonna check the values. I'm pretty sure I already made this in my Poppy. But yeah, that was one of the first things that I like tried to make when I was like first learning how to use timers with animation trigger. Alright, there we go. I'm just gonna check the values. Like I just made it just now. It's like slightly different. But like the values are 0 and 42. And then 10 and 170. Did I use like a countdown timer here? Or like a forwards? Oh, I used forwards backwards. That actually makes more sense. But yeah, here's the version I made like a few months back, I think. I have it connected to L2 and R2 instead. But yeah, it's supposed to be like a dance move. And I'm thinking of like combining it with like other dance moves. And it looks different depending on like whether you're like bent down or like looking up or whatever. So yeah. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna make one more animation before I end this. I think I'm about to end it early today. In like 15 minutes or so. But yeah, I'm gonna make one more animation. I need to set this to positional. I mean, start stop. Alright, so Captain Bud, his shifty animation looks like this. If I rotate it, you can see it better. So, if you use the trick that I showed in my animation to sounds and effect video, you can make like a soccer ball kick. So, let me make this bigger so I have more precision. And I'm gonna slow this down. And I'm gonna just wait for him to kick his foot up. And that's where I'm gonna place the tag. And that tag is gonna control whether or not the ball gets kicked. But yeah, I'm gonna probably change that a bit. How do you transfer levels on your mood in lieu of playing it on PS3. If you're talking about community levels, I have a video on that. You can watch that after the stream. But basically, you just need a USB drive, a computer. It doesn't have to be your own computer. You could borrow it from a family member, a friend, or your public library. But you just need some way to access the internet, not a mobile device. It doesn't work if you do it on your phone. But like, yeah, just a computer, USB drive, and your PS3. So you just download it. The full process is in the video that I made on my channel. Yeah, I'm gonna need a control knitter. Oh yeah, and if you never used a computer before, like I know, like when I didn't learn how to use a USB drive until I was in 5th grade. I don't think people use USB drives anymore. Like nowadays, everything is like on the cloud or like Google Drive. So yeah, if you don't know how to use a USB drive for like do any of this stuff with the files, you could always ask like a family member or a friend for help. If you've like never done that before. But yeah, the full process is in the video. But you could always like ask someone around you for help if you're not very familiar with computers or USB drives. But yeah, I think the last time I used a USB drive in school was when I was in 7th grade. And nowadays we just email the stuff to the teacher. But back in 5th grade, for presentations, we would put it on a USB drive to transfer it to the teacher's computer. But now we just email it. Like the last presentation I had was like a couple weeks ago. So I just like posted it on like the assignment, and then the teacher downloaded it and pulled it up so I could do it on her computer. But 5th grade, it was like USB drives. And I think it was the same maybe in 7th grade. I remember using a USB drive in 7th grade, but I don't know exactly why. I think it's because I forgot the passwords in my email. Or I forget. But yeah, this should be set to receiver. And then I'm going to just use the same technique I used before. The counter sets to 1. So I'm going to test this. And I forgot to set it positional. But yeah, there was a soccer ball. You pretty much just have the soccer ball be like activated by that tag. So let's set it to like, yeah, soccer ball. You could use the actual soccer ball. If you try to shrink it down normally, it will like get all the layers stretched out. So I'm gonna use the twist glitch. Just pretty much when you use the, what's it called, the tetherless, the regular jetpack, the tetherless one. And yeah, so basically you hold R2, press X on this, press X on the soccer ball, let go, and then you just flick your right stick up. And then you can resize it without. It still has the layers. You can fix the layers using another glitch. Well, not a glitch, but like more of a trick. I'll show you that one. Pretty much you just do like that trick right there. I call it the cookie cutter method. You just like flash the ball. You make this invisible. And then you just place it into the ball. So now it takes up the right amount of layers. Alright, so to make it so actually you get kicked by this character, I'm gonna put this on my character actually. But after I get the logic set up though. So we have like a thing called soccer ball. The soccer kick. And then that should activate a mover. So we actually need a countdown timer so it only moves for a certain amount of time. Set it to 0.2 so it looks natural. And then you just connect that to the mover. And I'm gonna have it set to like a speed of like. I'm gonna increase the radius a bit. There you go. I need to change the location of the tag, I guess. Wait, I'm gonna put that on my character actually. So I need a broadcast chip. I like placed one earlier. There you go. I'm gonna just increase the range to like. I just need to set it to override SackBot no so it doesn't like follow me like that. And on the SackBot it's on that setting. This one was following me. So yeah, override SackBot no. I'm actually set the range to infinite for this one. It's been really nice hanging out, but I've got a few things to read here. Hope you have a great rest of the stream. Stay safe, everyone. Thanks, Risco. You too. Okay, so I'm actually about to end stream in like less than 10 minutes anyway. So like, do something, I guess. Does transferring levels on PS3 get you banned? No, it's part of the process. I mean, it's a feature in the game. As long as your game is fully updated, you should be fine. But if your game isn't fully updated, your profile, the level data that you're trying to transfer will get corrupted. So make sure your game is fully updated. And you could check that like on the game settings if it's updated, I think. I forget how to do it exactly, but it's in the options and you just check for updates. But yeah, it doesn't get you banned because it's a feature that they added in the game. So you can like transfer levels. But yeah, nah, it's not an exploit, so it shouldn't get you banned. I actually need to change the range. Cause it's like way too big right now. Yeah, I need to actually be like standing near it, but not like. It's funny, I'm like playing soccer while wearing a baseball jersey. Oh yeah, and to do it for the other direction, basically, what you would do. Let me set this to stabilize circuit board. But yeah, so stabilize circuit board just makes it so it doesn't rotate. So to make it do it for the other direction, I'm not gonna create a new tag label, so I'm just gonna copy and paste it. Or I suppose I could just set it to. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna set it to 180. Wait, no, that wouldn't work unless I. Yeah, I'm gonna have to have two different tag labels, I guess. Yeah, two different tag labels would work best. I mean, either one would work, but yeah. But yeah, this one's about to be set to blue. And I'm just gonna be for kicking in the other direction. And then I'm gonna just set this to I'll make this rotate facing 90 degrees. I'm gonna make the R1. I'll make it so R1 activates it that way. And then this should be like a negative speed for left right. On the tag inside has to be blue, because that's what I set it to. So I'm gonna kick it this way first. And then if I want to kick it in the other direction, I can. But yeah, I'm actually gonna have both set up by R1, but I'm gonna add a direction splitter and a selector, so it could like track which direction you were last facing in. So I'll need an AND gate for that. So when you were last facing right, so what is that, and then I could use a speed sensor, but I'm gonna use this from the joystick, 'cause it's quicker. It's quicker. So then when you're last facing right, and when you press L1, it kicks the ball in that direction, and then this one. Okay, I'm gonna see if that works. Oh, I have R1. I'm meant to do L1. But yeah, I'm just trying to make the two-directional soccer kick thing. So here we go. And yeah, so now if you test it on the soccer ball, you should be able to kick it. It's moving. There we go. And then we could change that a bit. But yeah. But yeah, I think I made something like this over the summer. But yeah, I never actually made a soccer level before. But like, that's something cool you could do with like the kick animation. That'd probably work best with like a tag sensor combined with that. Yeah, I definitely need to add like a tag sensor instead, or like a player sensor instead. That would work way better. But anyway, I think I'm gonna end this stream right here. So just to recap everything we did today. So I showed you all this dance animation that I made on Friday, and I remade it just now. So basically, oh wait, I should probably disable this. I should disable this broadcast chip so it doesn't overlap. But yeah, the dance move that I made on Friday that I remade just now, it's like when you press L1, it does a twist. I'll zoom in so you can see better. But yeah, you stand on your toe and you twist. It's a dance move that was popular back in 2017. And you could also do a spin with it if you want to. I mostly see people doing like a twist though. So like that. And then I was talking about how to place stuff. How to place the square bubbles in a perfect curve. Pretty much just emit them in a circle. And of course, you could change the size of the circle or change the size of the curve. And then I was talking about how to like make decorations so you could like collide with them. It's just invisible cardboard that you corner edit to match the shape. And it's just something I made when I was 12, like a water gun. Something I made it when I was younger, when I was 14, I think. And then this was the soccer thing that we made. But yeah, thank you everyone that joined my stream. And I won't be streaming it next week because I have like a busy weekend. But like the week after that, I should be streaming. So yeah, thank you everyone that joined, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.